Hello everybody, how goes it? Rabbitsmore here, and this is my tutorial for an automatic slime farm. So whether you need slime balls for slime blocks or sticky pistons, or maybe you just like collecting little green spheres, or even if you want to use a slime block on a sticky piston to shoot little green spheres into the air, this is exactly what you need. So let me hop on over to our example here. And obviously, you don't need to clear out this much space for this farm. I just did so that we have an easy view of our farm here. And I also have it in peaceful mode so that we don't have any slimes or any other mobs spawning either, so I don't have to deal with those, if you're wondering about that. But this is our basic slime farm here. It's really simple, which is exactly what we need for slimes because they have a weird spawning algorithm. So because of how they spawn, we want it to actually be simple and not have much redstone or anything in it. And what we have are several layers here, and these are the spawning platforms for where our slimes can spawn. And because of how they work, they hop around. Unlike other mobs, they just jump and jump and jump. And they'll jump off of ledges without even thinking about it. So we have them spawn on here, and they'll jump off the ledges on all of these layers here. And no matter where they jump off, they'll land in a water canal here that I've built all the way around on every side here. And go into our center funnel point. And at this center funnel point, we have a lava blade, which will kill the really large slimes and the medium-sized slimes, and a drowning trap here which will kill both the really small ones and the medium-sized ones here. And then all of their drops, regardless of their size, will go down into our hopper system and into our chest here for collection at a later point, and it's completely automatic, like you can see, and no redstone, so we don't have to worry about any sort of lag or anything, and you can AFK if you wanted to. So now I'll go into explaining how we can find where slimes are going to spawn in your world, and how to build your farm. So, if you're unaware with how slimes spawn in Minecraft, they actually will only spawn within certain chunks of your world. And a chunk is a 16 by 16 block area of your world. It's basically what the world is composed of, like this area here. And like I said, they only spawn in certain chunks. So, in certain 16 by 16 areas of your world, all the way from the top to the bottom, is where your slimes will spawn, and it can be really hard to find if you just wanted to go out and find it yourself, but luckily there's actually a website and an application called Slime Finder that we can use, and I'll put a link here and below the video so you can find it there. And if we go to that website, we can actually find all of the slime chunks in our world based on our seed or our world file. So I'm going to pull up a picture of the Slime Finder here and describe how you can use it to find the slime chunks of your world. Okay, so once you're in the Slime Finder website, you can see that we have the option to type in our seed or to load from a save file. So if you know how to get to your Minecraft folder, you can go ahead and click on the load from save and go to your saves folder, and then open the level.tat file for that world, and it will automatically load your seed number into the left side there. But if you don't, and what I think is easier, is to just go in-game into your world and type /seed, and it will bring up the seed for your world. And you can write that down or copy it or whatever you need to do, and then bring it back out into the Slime Finder on your browser and type it into the seed box there. Once you do, you can click on Find Slimes, and it will make a map for your world with all the chunks and where the green boxes being where the slimes will spawn. And you can click and drag the map around if you want to go to a certain area of the coordinates. But once you find the coordinates or the area that you want to build your slime farm, find one of the green boxes that you want to use and then mouse over it. And you can see in the bottom right where it says chunk, from, and to. The from coordinates and the to coordinates are the coordinates in your world that the chunk is at, the 16 by 16 area. So write those down or remember those, and those will be where we're going to be finding the area for where our slimes will be spawning. Alright, so if you didn't already know, slimes will also only spawn below layer 40 in your world, and that is how high you are in your world, or your Y coordinate. If you open up F3 and look on the left, it'll be your Y coordinate there. But before we head all the way down to layer 40 to start building, you need to determine how big you want your spawning platforms to be. And they can be as big as 16 by 16, which is the full chunk where they spawn, or it could be as little as even a 3 by 3 area, or anywhere in between that. So determine how big you want it to be, and the difference is in a smaller one it will be less digging and less building, but in a larger one you'll have a lot more room for slimes to spawn, which means more slimes. So determine that, And what we're going to be digging out is also going to be an additional 3 blocks on each side because of the area where we want the slimes to jump off of it. So in total it will be 6 blocks extra on either side and either dimension there. So if you're building a 16 by 16, you want to add 6 to that and it would be a 22 by 22. So keep that in mind and go down to layer 40 in your world. You don't need, like I said earlier, you don't need a giant pit like this in your world. You can just dig straight down like you would in any other way in Minecraft and go all the way down until you reach at least below layer 40. And once you're there, based on the number that you picked out for your number or for the size of your platforms here, like in mine I have the 22 by 22, you need to dig out a square room in that area, in that dimension. So if you chose to do 22 by 22, dig out a 22 by 22 area and make sure it is at least 3 tall so that the large slimes can spawn there. And once you've done that, we'll start working on the platforms. Okay, so the next thing you need to determine is if you want to have multiple layers in your build. Again, you don't need to do it, but it will give you more slimes if you want it. And you can do as many as you want in between up to layer 40, like this one here. So if you do, what you want to do is go down and build another room the same size of the one you just did there. And you want the side here to be completely empty and your platforms to have at least 3 blocks between them. So just do that as many times as you want, all the way down to wherever you chose to be your bottom layer. And at your bottom layer, go ahead and build a 3 block tall wall on the sides of it so that it makes a wall all the way around the bottom platform. And then another area here where your canal is going to be, where there won't be water, you want this to be 3 wide and have another wall here, at least going all the way up to the side of wherever your top platform is so that the slimes don't jump off and land on a platform somewhere else in your world. So once you have that, we can start working on the water canals. Alright, and before we continue, make sure that you light up each of your platforms like I have here. You can use torches or glowstone or redstone lamps, whatever you want to use. Just make sure that it's lit up so that you don't have to worry about spiders and skeletons or anything else spawning on here and blocking your slimes from spawning and moving out of the way. But once you have that, you're ready to start working on your water canals here. And you could start from a corner or center area, and I find it easier to work from a center area. But what you want to do is build the water going all the way around to a collection point. So what I would do is start in the center here and put 3 blocks of water all the way across here. And then wherever the water ends, what we want to do is put signs over the top of where it is. And actually, because of how my corner is here, or wherever your corner is, you might want to put blockers down first. You put your pressure plates here, and then put signs over the top. So sneak and place another sign on that one, and then sneak and place another sign there. And then from here, put water right over where these pressure pads are. And if you have a problem with the center one there, you can actually just place a solid block there, put your water block over the top of that, and then break that out and put another pressure plate there. So now what this will do is cause the water to carry the mob over here and continue to carry them here without having any air blocks in between so that they could fall and take falling damage here. So also, if you get an area like this in a corner where the water is pushing into the corner instead of pushing towards where you want them to go, you can actually place water along the wall here as well, like this, and it will actually make the water go back together and push in the correct direction again. And again, we want to do the same thing here. We want to go ahead and block off the end area, put signs over the top of the water, and then the same thing, put water all the way across here above where the pressure plates are. Break that one out and put that back. And just do this all the way around both directions. The same thing all the way around until you get to a center collection point. And what I do with my center collection point is I build a 3x3 area for where the slimes are going to be going into, and then a second 3x3 area next to that. And do the same thing. I block off the water that comes in here from our sides. And then do water from both sides here that pushes the mobs or the slimes all the way into the center area to where our trap is going to be. So in your 3x3 area here, just make sure you have your water on either side pushing them towards where the water will push them into the trap area. And for your trap area, we're going to be digging out a 3x3 area here that's at least 3 blocks deep, or maybe 4. I have 4 blocks deep here. Okay, so again, for how this area is, where we filter them into the double 3x3 area here, once you get that done, this next area is going to be 4 blocks long and 3 blocks wide and 3 blocks tall as well. And then your drowning area and your collection area, you want to dig at least 4 blocks deep. So 1, 2, 3, 4 deep from that area there. This is where they'll fall into and everything. So across the way, we want our lava blade to be in this center blocks there. So we have to block that in with signs so that the lava can't get out. So next to that center block there, we're going to put a sign here. And shift right click a sign on there all the way across like this. And underneath where the lava is as well, we want to do the same thing all the way across. And then you can place your lava in those far blocks there. You only really need to place one here since it will go all the way across on its own. And that's good to go. And then down in our collection area here on the far side, I'm going to put a chest here with a slab above it so that I can still open it without the water pushing into it. Like this. And next to that, we're going to have a hopper going into that and back and out all the way here. And same thing, we're going to have a hopper going into this front hopper and then lead these all the way back. And same thing on the last side. And the collection area is good to go here. So next what you should do is actually build a little roof area over the hopper area here. And then place your water and your sides that are going to be pushing them into this, so that it flows over all of these blocks here, and then you can break those out. And that water will flow down now so that it's in a drowning area here. And then beneath each of these signs, you're going to place some water on each of these sides here. So you have water underneath all of the signs, and you're good to go. The collection area is ready, the drowning area is ready, and our lava blade's ready. So any slimes you have in your farm that come out and jump off the sides and go into this area will automatically die here and drop their slime balls and go into your chest. So that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know. It's pretty simple, like I said, but that's exactly how we want it. So if this helped you out, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, you can always subscribe and check out the rest of my channel. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have an excellent day, and see you later.